Hello, that's Lacey. If you haven't tapped in, you should. Voting. Every American over the age of 18 can register to vote, but should everyone really have that right? I don't think that people in the bottom 20% of intellectual power should be allowed to vote. Historically, literacy tests were used to prevent African Americans from voting. These tests were discriminatory and rightly abolished with the Voting Rights Act of 1965. However, what if we introduced fair, non-discriminatory, non-racist, non-sexist criteria to ensure voters aren't stupid? Here's why this is a good idea and what I would do to weed out the idiots. First, I think we need to ask ourselves, what is important in a voter? I have narrowed it down to three important things. Three things. Informed decision making, preventing misinformation, and I think that quality over quantity could be beneficial. Informed decision making. Voting is one of the most important responsibilities we have as citizens. By ensuring that voters have a basic level of literacy, math skills, and policy knowledge, we can help ensure that decisions are made by informed individuals who understand the implications of their choices. An informed electorate is more likely to vote based on policies and platforms rather than superficial qualities. Preventing misinformation. With the rise of misinformation and fake news, it is crucial that voters have the ability to critically analyze information. Basic reading comprehension and problem-solving skills can help voters identify credible sources and make more informed decisions. This can lead to more rational and well-thought-out election outcomes. Quality over quantity. While it's important to have a broad and inclusive electorate, focusing on the quality of voters rather than just the quantity can lead to more meaningful election results. Ensuring that voters have a basic understanding of the issues and candidates can lead to more thoughtful and representative outcomes. All right, and now I have the 7 pillars of a good voter. Number 1, basic reading comprehension. I think that you should have to be able to read maybe like Green Eggs and Ham, something like that. A 2013 study found that 14% of U.S. adults have below basic literacy skills. If you can't read, how can we even be sure you're voting for who you want to? Mathematical ability. I think that you should have to be able to solve like 5th grade math problems. 29% of Americans are unable to solve a math problem involving fractions. I think that you should have to have a driver's license, because if you can't drive, you should really be able to vote. I think that you should have to be able to complete a Sudoku puzzle. I think that that's very important, just to, critically, get those problem-solving gears turning. I think that you should have to name one policy of the candidate that you're voting for, and then the candidate can submit a list of policies that they've, officially endorsed. And if they don't match up, then your vote gets disqualified. And this would also, result in people looking up and researching politicians' policies, which would be good, rather than just voting based on if they're a Democrat or a Republican, because then they really know and support who they're voting for. And then I think that if you weigh over 300 pounds, unless it's a bizarre medical condition, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. Like that woman that was complaining about seats being too small on planes, I don't know if you should vote. And you'll notice that we're at 6. If you didn't notice that was the 6th one, you probably shouldn't be able to vote. My last one is I think that you should have to beat Martin from chess.com, the super beginner level bot. I think that will show you have some semblance of a brain. Speaking of chess, I was playing chess in aquatic science the other day, and my teacher comes up, turn the games off. But my chess elo is very important to me, so naturally I just switched to another tab. Then she comes up behind me again, and obviously I'm still playing chess because it was the same game. I'm locked in. She's like, turn the games off. And then she makes me sit directly in front of her. But I'm still playing this game. I need to win it. She tells me to turn the games off one more time, and then she tells me that she's going to send me to the principal's office if I don't turn them off. So I'm like, oh shit, I cannot let her see me playing the chess. But I have to finish. So I quickly switch off, and then I'm switching back. And eventually I blundered mate in one. But I blame my history teacher and chess.com. If you're watching this, please give me 30 elo back. because I really want it. Please. There's nothing more on that. That's Paige. See us from my Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, if you put your Instagram in the comments, I'll follow you back. Maybe, I don't know. 80% chance I follow you back. That's about it. The end.